Hello and welcome back. In this video I'm going to continue explaining to you how to do column addition. In the last video on column addition basics I've just showed you how to set it out, and we finished off with this question here, which was 37 add 25. And we set it out in our columns and we put our 37 here, and then we added the 25 and we put our lines here for the answer. And remember, it's called column addition because I'm keeping all of these digits in their right column. So I've got my units here and my tens here. And what we did is we added the 7 and 5, but we went over the 10. So we weren't quite sure in the last video what to do. Well, here I'm going to show you. What we're going to do is we're going to carry the 10 over, which is why this is known as carrying. Now I know that if I add 7 and 5, I get 12. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm only going to put the 2 in from that 12. 7 add 5 is 12. And I'm going to put the 2 in here. Now that 10, I'm going to carry over and I'm going to put it underneath in the right column. So I'm going to put it here underneath. So there it is. 7 and 5 is 12. There's the 2 and there's the 10. And I'm carrying it over so I can add it to the next column. I now move over to the next column, which is 30 add 20. Well, 30 add 20 is 50, but I've also got this 10 here that I carried over. So 30, 50, add that 10, gives me 60. And as you'll be beginning to see, although it's the tens column, I can also go 3 add 2 is 5, add that 1 is 6. So I get an answer of 62. Let's move straight on and do another one. Let's do 45, add 38. So put my 45 here, add the 38. Get my lines there for the answer. Got my units column here, my tens column. So exactly the same thing. Here I've got 5 and 8. Well, 5 add 8 is 13. Well, I can't put 13 in here because it will block up the tens column when I come to add up. So I'll do 8 and 5 is 13. I put the 3 here and I carry the 10 over. I carry it over to the next column and put it underneath. And then I can add 40 and 30 is 70. Add that 10 gives me 80. Or 4 and 3 is 7. Add that 10 is 8. To give me an answer of 83. And this will work with as many digits as you like. Here's an example using hundreds. 167 add 154. So we set it out, 1, 6, 7. And here I've got units, tens, and this time hundreds as well. So as long as I keep my place value columns, I'll be absolutely fine. Add 154. Put my lines here and let's make a start. So 7 and 4 is 11. Remember, I can only ever fill in one of these digit places at a time. So although it's 11, I can only put the 1 in from the units. That 10 of the 11, I need to carry over, so I'll put it underneath. Now I'm going to add the tens. Well, 60 and 50 is 110, but I've got another 10 here. So that's going to make it 120. So what I will do is I will put the 20 in here. And that 100 from the 120 needs to come over into this column. So I'm going to carry that 100 over. It's really important that you know what you're doing and understanding with this place value of the units, tens and hundreds. So I just show you that one again. I did 60, add 50 is 110, but I also had to add that 10, so I had 120. I put the 20 in and I carry that 100 over. You can use the digits as well without saying it's 60. You could say 6 and 5 is 11, add the 1 is 12, put the 2 there and move the 1 over. But it isn't really 12 because it's in the tens and hundreds column. And then I move over into the hundreds column and I do 100 add 100 is 200, add another 100 gives me 300. Right, let's do one more of those, and then I hope that'll give you enough instruction so you can get cracking with some work yourself. We'll do 256, add 185. So 256. Here we go. I've got my units, tens and hundreds. And I'm going to add 185. And let's start adding and carrying those digits over. So 6 and 5 is 11. So I put my 1 here and I carry over that 10 there. So there you go. 6 and 5 is 11. Now I'm going to move into the tens column. I still really like to say that I'm doing 50 add 80. Lots of people would just say, well, it's 5 add 8. But I like to say it's 5 add 80 because that just reminds me of exactly what I'm dealing with, which is really helpful in maths to always understand your place value. So 80 add 50 is 130. Add that 10 gives me 140. I put the 40 in here. And you know it's a 40 because it's in the tens column. And then the 100 goes here. Carry that 100 over, and now I'm ready to add the hundreds column. So I've got 200 add 100 is 300. Add that 100 there, gives me 400. Give me an answer of 441. And this I never wrote up here, 321. So there you go. Column addition by carrying. It's called carrying because I carry. Whenever I go over 10 or 100, I carry that over into the next column and add it on when I add that column. So there you go. Hope this is helpful and all the best with your work.